Goal setting is one of the most employed psychological interventions to enhance both performance and motivation. So much so, a survey showed that this is the most employed psychological intervention when working with Olympic athletes by psychological coaches and sports psychologists. In fact, many reviews showed that this intervention is highly successful when applied appropriately. It's important to know that goal setting alone is not enough to boost performance. Rather, you need to set the appropriate types of goals at the right time. Goals can be divided in three main categories: outcome goal, performance goals, and process goals. Outcome goals refer to winning or losing. They're not inherently bad. The only issue is that those are really hard to control and are also the type that increase pressure the most.
So hard to control.
Performance goals reflect performance in more or less specific and complex tasks. It could be being able to do your first pull-up, being able to hang on a 6mm edge, climbing your first 7A. Finally, there are process goals that concerns how you reach your performance goals. Here again, you can have a varying degree of complexity of the goal that you choose. It could be improving your dynamic moves because you know that that's one of your weaknesses. Implement a mobility routine 3 times a week, or even deciding to follow the exercises that I provide in my videos. The research shows that process and performance goals should be maximized while outcome goals should be minimized. You're the super competitive type? I'll come back to you later. The SMART acronym helps in guiding how you should do your goal setting. For example, getting better at dynamic moves is neither specific nor measurable as a goal. An appropriate formulation could be, I want to do this challenging dyno 6 times in a row within the next month.
Vai. Bravo.
This not only provides the possibility of having a feedback on your performance, but also allows to reformulate the goal in case it's unrealistic. The time limit also should be open to reevaluation. But this also gives an indication of how often you should work on this goal. If I want to do this within the next month, then I probably should do it more than once a week.
Yep, gotta do it every day or it's not gonna happen, you know.
So set the outcome goal if you want, but remember to focus as much as possible on performance goals and process goals in order to reach it. Consider this. Janja Gambrit, the best competition climber in the world, can be seen quite unsatisfied if she doesn't flash all the boulder problems in the competition. During the Olympics, she already knew that she had won after only 2 boulders out of 3. And when she was faced with the last one, she decided to give it 3 attempts, notwithstanding the fact that she had to do elite climbing as well in the following hour. But competition really psychs you up?
But I was born to compete in the Olympics.
Closely related to goal setting, there is goal orientation. With the more studies on the topic, researchers realize that failure and success is more a psychological state than an actual external event. So the study showed that there are 2 main goal orientations: task-oriented athletes and competition-oriented athletes. The first see ability as the capacity to master techniques and tasks to the best of their capacities. The second views success in comparison with others. Wait, stop here, don't put yourself in the box already.
Well, well.
You should know that task and competition orientations are actually independent from each other. So you can see different levels of both of them at the same time. You could have high levels of task orientation and high levels of competition orientations at the same time, with all the varying combinations. The results of many studies have shown that task orientation alone compared to competition orientation predicts higher enjoyment, less anxiety, but also higher level of performance. On the other hand, Olympic athletes have shown to be high levels on both dimensions. If you have high levels of competition orientation, which might be relevant, especially if you're an athlete in which competition is really important for your career, then there are some tricks that you can follow. First, work on your coping abilities in stressful situations, since we know that competitiveness is linked to increased pressure and then anxiety. And then the second point is work on your anxiety management. And the third, as I said already, try to focus as much as you can on task goals and process goals. In fact, paradoxically, the research has shown that you solely focus on competitions and on outcome goals, then you are less likely to win. But competition orientation is not something that should be eliminated, more like something that we should learn to manage. There's an approach called competitive performance mentality that aims at boosting both orientations while at the same time trying to diminish the salience of social comparison. That is, reducing the importance that competition and performance relating to others have in defining themselves and their values as athletes. On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself in terms of competition orientation and task orientation? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next video and stay psyched. The